Aloha. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to talk about focusing on you today. You focusing on you. Hey Jennifer Faye, that is a challenge for me. I don't know about you guys. Hey Nancy. Aloha Jennifer. So glad you guys are joining me. Julie Bumbarito, yay! And Karen Fury, woo woo! Glad you're here. Birdie Beer, howdy! I'm so happy that you all are here. So we're going to talk about focusing on ourselves today. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big time recovering codependent, and I talk about it in this week's blog. And it's really, really hard for me to focus on myself. I go out of myself and focus on others. I was taught to be a caretaker because my mom was mentally ill, and I was set up as the person from a baby to take care of her and care more about her than myself. And from there, I just would go out and find people to fix and focus on them because that's what I knew how to do. So I've been in recovery from codependency for 30 some years. I went in to Al-Anon when I was in my early 20s, and I stayed for 23 years. It freaking saved my life. Let's see. Oh, hey, Sandrina. Oh, I miss you already, girlfriend. Tomorrow's our Saturday when we're supposed to be getting together, right? Let's see. Oh, Sandy Ralston. Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here with me. It makes me feel so good. So what I did is worked on codependency, but it's hard. It's insidious. It's, our culture actually wants us to take care of others, to think of others before we think of ourselves. Can anyone relate? Let me know. I know I'm not the only one out there because I have lots of clients that I talk to, but recovering from that has been a long, long process for me. And I've just been growing in little bits and letting go, and then I'll slip back and I'll grab on and find somebody to fix or somebody to focus on and to take me away from me because I'm really uncomfortable just taking care of me. Let's see. Yes, Sandy Ralston says yes. So this week's practice is all about opening ourselves up to fold into ourselves. So to fold into ourselves, we have to let go of the entire back of our body. So this whole back piece of the body, from the backs of the legs all the way through the back and off the top of the head, is what I call the shadow space. And it's where we hold on to the stuff that we really don't want to work on. And this codependency stuff is stuck there. So like little sayings in our culture, like it's better to give than receive. Well, I really believed that for a long time, and it was caught back in my shadow stuff, and it kept me focusing on others first. But the truth is that I can't really help you unless I take care of me first. So I'm going to say that again. I can't really help you unless I help myself. So, let's see, Sandrina, I miss you too. The topic is right up my alley. What you said about how you were raised to take care of your mother, me. Yeah, I think a lot of us, as girls were put in that role just to take care of whatever in the family wasn't working so well, right? And now we're going through this huge transition as people on this planet. And we've had these opportunities to empower ourselves. So that's where I've been caught up in, is like empowering myself over the last couple of years. And I know lots of you have been on that road with me, which is amazing, right? Like, I love it. I'm feeling so much better. I start my day loving myself. I do my practice, my movements, my stretches, my yoga practices, my meditations. I go out for my walk along the beach before I do anything else. And I drink lots and lots of water, and then I make a shake. And that's before I start doing anything in my day. And I'm so much better. I'm so much more available to you guys. I'm so much more available to my little family, to my dog. There she is, Lola. And just not, I don't get as upset, and I am not as reactive. So I know inside of me it works. Now, I do have those people in my life who keep testing me to see where I'm at, and I still will slip and go out and take care of others. Anybody can relate? And so I get drawn back into the way that I know how to be, which is thinking about you before I think about myself. And then I can start obsessing about you and not let you go. And that's not loving me. And so I had this huge aha, and that's what I wrote about in the blog. Is my daughter is one of those teachers for me. She keeps me on my toes around this because she wants me so much to take care of her and to be different than I am. And what I realize is that if anybody wants me to be different than who I really am, what I really am, they don't really love me. I mean, for multiple reasons. I gotta drink more of my water. Taking care of me. And if I allow my daughter or anybody else to change me, like I change because of you or them, then I don't love me. And I just had that huge aha. It was like, wow, that's so incredible. So I've been playing with this in the last couple weeks, and it's really working, but people are really upset. Like, my sister hung up the phone on me. My daughter's been full of resistance because as I change, and I'm really like doing that in my little close circle, I'm different than the way I've been my whole life with them. They don't like it. They want me to go back and take care of them. So anybody else have any experiences with this? Let me know, because I know I'm not alone. So the way to deal with this is to work in that shadow. That's where the aha came from. It came from back in my shadow. And so we have our tools. So get your softball, get your noodle ball, because we're going to work on this just a little bit together. So when you do have your tools, guess where you're going to put the ball first? Right in your right butt cheek. I like to get them out of my butt cheek, out of that thought that they need to be different, or that I don't like what they're doing. Whatever, I know better than them. Just get them out. Or actually, if I'm out controlling them, because if I want them to change, I don't really love them either. And I really do love my daughter. I don't want her to change. But sometimes I think I do. So I got to get rid of that, get that out of there. Inhale through my nose and haw out through my mouth, and just get that belief that she should be different, or any of you, anything outside of me should be different. And then I just kind of go around that sit bone, which is right at the bottom of my pelvic bowl, and get that to release. So that can be really ooey gooey, because that's kind of going down from control into, and I'm going to get on then the leg side of my sit bone, into the back of my right leg. And then when I'm here with the ball, I just take my leg back and forth, and I like to lean forward and really get into these knots of tension. And I'm breathing the whole time, in through my nose and out through my mouth. And then I just travel down my leg the whole way. Now this is childhood stuff. And remember I said I got set up for codependency in childhood? So I got to get rid of this stuff in the shadow of childhood. Who set me up in my family was my dad. He liked to leave. And so when he left, he had to put somebody in charge to take care of my mom. And so it was me. And I helped raise the babies, as I was a baby. So I just keep going down and I just release that teaching that I am meant to, I'm here to take care of others. And I just get it out. And some of these places, like right there, are tighter than others, and I don't skip them. I stay in them and breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. And I just travel all the way down to my ankle. And then the whole back of my leg, my right leg, is free, but my left leg's not. So then I start over on my left side. Now, this left side is me controlling me wanting me to be different. So me not loving me. Is that making sense to you guys? So I have to let go of controlling me. I need to accept me the way that I am. All that I feel, all that I think, all that I believe. And I just roll around in those knots of tension and let go of me wanting to change myself. It's amazing how tight my left butt cheek is. But when I think back at the training that I had from my dad and my mom and the institutions like Catholicism, where all that came out, I'm going around my sit bone now, all that teaching told me that it's better to give than receive. It's best to focus on others and not on myself. So I've neglected myself throughout my life. Now I'm going to go on that leg side of the sit bone. And so I'm not doing that anymore. How about you guys? Let's not do that anymore. Anybody with me? Let me know. Let's take care of ourselves first. Then what you get from me is really quality because I'm really available. I can listen. I won't go off in anger. Super tight right here. So I'm leaning forward a little bit into it and I'm going in and breathing. And that's what we have to do in these places that get really tight. Deep breaths in and full breaths out. And I just visualize my inhalation is breathing in love to these spaces, and my exhalation is breathing out all those teachings that taught me. Now I'm going down my mom's side, the teachings of mom. She was needy and needed someone to take care of her. And so I get rid of that too. And believe me, the moment that I go needy, I'm like, woo, backing out really quick because I don't want to be dependent on anyone taking care of me because I saw my mom and it didn't look very good. So I go all the way down my legs, finding those knots of tension and just staying on them and breathing. Because I don't want to do this anymore. I want to focus on me first, then be available to you. All right. And when I get to my ankle, then both of my legs are really open. So I'm just going to come and see if you guys have any questions or anything's going on with you. Jennifer Faye, with you, Birdie Beer. I'm definitely and finally putting me first, and I'm committed to a daily movement. Yeah, that's what it takes. We got to get this stuff out of our body. And we can put really good stuff in, like really, really, really good water. But if we're blocked, it's not going to get into those places that we're blocked. So when I take the good stuff in, the whole food, plant-based eating and really healthy water and juices, I want it to get in all the way. Now, the other place I have to go is from my lower back up and up my shoulders. So here I go. I just take my noodle ball, my knees to my chest if I can handle it, feet to the floor if I can't, and I just travel up. And noticing where I'm tight and where I'm stuck and what feels good and what's what doesn't, and staying in those places and just being curious. I think that's like the key to these practices, is just staying curious, not really judging myself or anybody else, just remaining open and curious and letting go. So that I don't let you change me if you want me to change. So I love me, and then I'm a lot less likely to want to change you, right? And I can accept you. Yeah. Oh, it feels so good. And so you just go all the way up to your heart and keep rocking and rolling, and you just keep going. All the way up and off the tops of your shoulders. And then you're going to feel so good, right? That whole back of your body is going to be open, and you're going to be like, wow, I feel so good, because you've released some of that shadowy stuff. Why? So that we can bend forward into ourselves. Because bending forward is like coming home into ourselves. That's all it is. It's not like these poses are not meant to be accomplishments. They're just there for you to energetically release and open, and for today's work to come home. So, you guys ready to come home? Let me see if there's any other questions. Carrie, hey, I don't know if I always identify with everything, but I have been so grateful for your practice and still hoping to get a spot where I can get to a much better level of pain on a consistent basis. All right, yes, you don't always have to relate to what I have to say. I live my life, but there might be little pieces and little bits that you can take, right? Yeah, Birdie Beer. When I noodle ball roll, I have to use my hands to help me roll. I'm not able to just use my feet and legs. That's okay. It'll happen. Just do the best that you can. All of this stuff is like we're in an evolution, right? We're evolving. So we'll get stronger. We'll get more able to push ourselves around. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, let's fold into ourselves. Ready? So all we're going to do is take those straight, strong legs, put them out in front of us, extend through the heels, a little bit further away. And then I'm going to inhale up my arms, exhale, come forward and down. I'm going to inhale up, exhale down. I love this. I'm flowing on the waves of the breath. And then I just stay down. And you may be way up here. It doesn't matter where you are. You just go as deep as you can. You just don't force it either. You just melt as far as you can. Because you open that whole back side of the body, you can fold into yourself. So you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. It's okay, just fold into yourself as best you can. Now, in this folded in space, so stay here and breathe. Just let yourself drop deeper and deeper, and know what you are doing is coming home to you. No matter what we believe, we have to come home to ourselves. We have to come back home and check in. It's just like when we were little kids and we were just left to run around right in the neighborhood. When it got dark, we had to come home. We had to check in. They had to make sure we were safe, right? And so that's what you're doing. You're calling yourself home. You're checking on yourself. You're seeing where you're at and noticing with curiosity. Awesome. So you can come out when you want to. How did that feel? Why I love these practices. Good, where you're at. No judgment. Absolutely. Like, who wants to go home to a judgy home, right? I don't. I want to go home to that place where I'm okay just the way that I am. I'm okay no matter what has happened the day before, what I said, what I didn't say, what I did, what I didn't do. I want to land at home in a place where I'm embraced, where I'm warmly welcome me. And I sit down with me and say, here's some really good food. Here's some amazing music. Chillax. Take it easy. Your day is over and it's time to come home. So I hope you really use this week. There's a big practice in the Ageless Movement practices all around this. Do it. See what happens for you. And I have been so busy with Lighten Up. If you guys haven't checked out my new project with Molly Patrick and Luann Teo from Clean Food Dirty Girl, it's been awesome. Check it out. I'm so happy to be involved with them and all the people who are lightening up. And some of you are those people. And I'm super happy to be doing that work. Thank you guys. Go home to yourself this week.